Africa is the only place on earth where the future is ruled by the past. Africa is not old. Africa is young. The streets are young. The dreams are young. The anger is young. The hunger is young. But the people holding the steering wheel of this continent, they are not. We are leaders who are older than independence still decide tomorrow. We are a continent with the youngest population on the earth is governed by ideas older than democracy itself. Africa is young. Its leaders are not. And that contradiction is killing possibility. This is not a polite conversation. This is not a motivational speech. This is a reckoning. More than 60% of Africans are under 25 years of age. Median age, 19 years old. That means Africa is not the future. Africa is the present. Yet, across the continent, presidents, ministers, and power brokers are in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s. Men who grew up in a completely different world, making decisions for a generation they don't understand. They don't speak the language of the internet. They don't understand digital economies. They don't feel youth frustration because they already won their battles decades ago. Africa's population moved forward. Its leadership stayed behind. African leaders love youth. On posters, on campaign stages, in slogans, youth empowerment, youth inclusion, youth engagement. But when it is time to share real power, budgets, policies, decisions, the youth are sent back to social media. The youth are clapped for during elections, but they are ignored after elections. They are blamed when systems fail. The old leaders want our energy, not our authority. They want our votes, not our voices. The youth is treated like decoration, not leadership. You are the leaders of tomorrow. That sentence has done more damage to Africa than bullets. Tomorrow never comes when yesterday refuses to leave. African politics runs on a dangerous lie. That leadership is a reward for endurance, not competence. That you must wait your turn, even if the country collapses while you wait. Meanwhile, the same faces recycle power. The same names dominate ballots. The same thinking controls economies. Africa is not suffering from lack of talent. Africa is suffering from blocked access. The world has changed. Governance today is digital. Economies are innovation-driven. Power is decentralized. But many African leaders still govern like it is 1985. They fear technology. They fear transparency. They fear young people who can organize faster than their propaganda machines. That is why internet shutdowns happen during protests. Social media is called a threat. Youth voices are policed instead of heard, because young people represent loss of control to old systems. Across Africa, from Nigeria to Kenya, from Senegal to Uganda, from Sudan to South Africa, the youths are rising. Not because they hate their countries, but because they refuse to inherit failure. Protests are not chaos, they are communication. When institutions refuse to listen, the streets speak. When ballots feel meaningless, bodies gather. You cannot suppress a generation forever. You can only delay the explosion. Unemployment, brain drain, mental health crisis, illegal migration, crime. These are not youth problems, they are leadership failures. When young people see no future at home, they leave. When talent is ignored, it escapes. When hope is crushed, anger replaces it. Africa is bleeding its baseline because old systems refuse renewal. Let's be clear, this is not about hating elders. This is not about disrespect. It is about relevance. There are young leaders with old minds. There are older leaders with progressive vision. But Africa cannot survive leadership that refuses to evolve. Leadership is not about how long you've lived. It is about how well you understand now. A youth-led Africa is not reckless. It is innovative. It values ideas over godfathers, competence over loyalty, results over authority. It builds systems, not personalities. It builds institutions, not empires. It understands that power must circulate or it rots. Africa is young. This is not a slogan, it is a fact. And facts don't negotiate with denial. The question is no longer if leadership will change, but how wisely or how violently that change will come. Because history is clear. When youth are locked out of power, they break the door. This generation is watching, learning, organizing, and it will not wait forever. If you are young, this is your conversation. If you are older, this is your warning. Africa cannot be governed like a museum. It is alive and it is impatient. This is Can Media Group. If this message resonates, engage with this video. Share it, debate it, challenge it. Because silence is no longer neutral and the future is no longer asking for permission. Africa is young. Its leaders must catch up or step aside.